Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm K-Ray from Recliner Sports Podcast. Today's guest is one of the best coaches in the state, Charles Thomas. We're gonna get right to the point. Midfield. He's been there knocking on the door. He just can't get there. But we'll get into it. He got 4 starters returning for next season. So we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about where he's from because many of you all call him homeboy, but he's not really from Birmingham, Alabama, somewhere like that. So we'll get into a lot of stuff. So call your buddies, share it, tag them, and let them know that K-Ray is here on the podcast now.
Hi, I'm Joseph Holt, running for City Councilman for District 4. Listen, I hear your calls. I'm here on Lawson Road, where the roads are bad. There's no cameras for illegal dumping. There's no lights for if your car breaks down. Listen, you see the footage. The roads are beat up. Cars are driving from one side to the other to avoid the potholes. I'm here because of your concerns. These roads. Your city councilman got $3 million to fix these projects, and they're not done. Vote for me on August 26th so we can put your money to good use.
When I think of a city like Birmingham, I'm always drawn to its rich history. A history of overcoming the civil rights era and showing resilience to rebuild the culture of what we know today. 60 years doesn't seem too long ago, and the evidence of change can still be seen today. And hey, let's say you want to see what's new in Birmingham, or maybe what's new in your own city. See, you'll have to download the Black Business Traffic app for that. The Black Business Traffic app is an easy-to-use digital resource to help you track your way to the nearest black business. If your goal is to shop local and find black-owned establishments, this is the app for you. Visit your local app store, download, and sign up now so that you can start shopping locally today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here on Recliner Sports Podcast, and today I have one of my alumni guys from Miles College. What we call him? Dirt Old Miles. Look,
Dirty
glad
MC.
to have you, man. And
Glad to be here.
And then many people, I see them calling you home. Why be saying they from Birmingham? I didn't know you were from Atlanta to just then.
Mm.
So how you started out coaching?
Well, actually, Coach Jordan, my high school football coach, and Coach Hall kind of gave me a taste of just wanting to be a coach. It's not many people that you can follow in our neighborhoods growing up where I grew up at on the west side of Atlanta. So getting into coaching, a guy named Trent Jameson told me, Chuck, you should go ahead and coach these kids. I think you'll do well. And I got into it from there. Been loving it ever since.
Yeah, but when you brought it, did you play basketball in Atlanta, anything like that?
Yeah, I played at Archer High School.
What position you play? Don't tell me shooting guard.
Yeah, I played guard. I ran the 1-2.
Yeah. So, and we're gonna get to that point because you always had a good point guard. And then you had one this year, Towns. She ran the floor for you.
Right.
And we gonna get to the point guard position. So you ran the 1 and the 2, and then I always wonder how you end up at Miles.
Okay. Coming to Miles, I actually had a scholarship to play football. And while we're at the scholarship banquet, I get a chance to meet Kirkpatrick. And Kirkpatrick was like, man, hey, you need to, when you come on, try to play some basketball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the guy named Henry Hammonds was a high school teacher at my high school. And he brought us to Birmingham, pretty much took his time, helped with our financial aid, and get to Miles College and graduate in 4 years.
And see what Kirkpatrick had, my frat brother.
Yeah.
He had some good seasons.
He did. I thought he was a really good coach.
Yeah, and I never know what happened. We came in one day, he was gone, and the rest was history.
Right.
But now you come to Miles. Tell the people, when you first get there, you're a freshman, what's going on?
Oh, man, my freshman year at Miles, I was kind of wild. Really just young,
from the city of Atlanta. Still had my goals and stuff in my mouth during that time. And I really enjoyed my freshman year. Clarence Moss was my roommate, showed me the ropes. Of course, Sid Lane, Cole Barber, all those guys told me how to handle myself on campus and stuff like that. Ron from Atlanta helped me out a lot. So I just enjoyed it, man. Had fun.
And see, when I be naming people as black top ballers, they be saying, where that come from?
Right.
It actually came from Miles on the black top.
Ooh.
Tell me about the black top.
Man, there used to be some good games on that black top at Miles College, man. We had fun. Yeah. And we would be out there in that summer heat and getting at it.
Yeah.
Man, you come out of class, it was on.
So you getting to know, you around two other great coaches, and you didn't even know it back then, did you?
Man, more than that. It's a lot of us come out of Miles.
Mosley.
Got Mosley, got Tamara Gills.
Yeah.
Courtney Jones, a little younger than us. Ford, I think, took class up there. You talking about Sid Lane?
Yeah.
Like, let's go on and on.
And I'm gonna do
Chapman.
I'm gonna do some stories about Miles and the coaches because a lot of them out there.
That would be dope.
When I go there and I go in the circle, I go there and see a coach out from Miles. I say, oh, he gets special treatment.
Right.
I gotta give him special treatment.
Correct.
So you get to Miles, you there, and then you meet a lot of people. You play. What is it about an HBCU that bring everybody together?
Well, I think most of us grow up in our inner cities or rural areas that we come from, and most of us go to predominantly black high schools. So when you come into that HBCU feel, is that community, is that brethren, that sister that brings everybody together. You know, it's really, really cultural. At Miles College, you know, a lot of us struggling teenagers, you know, going through the difficult process of trying to get a degree and put ourselves in position to be great in life. You know, that brings you together a lot.
Yeah, and then I think like I got a guy I work with, and I brought him to Miles homecoming. I brought him to class,
okay,
and he was like, you know, he was blown away. I said, we do the same thing. Y'all do it at Alabama Tuscaloosa. We do the same thing at HBCU school.
Right.
So you get to experience. What hit you to say you go become a coach? I know you said a coach. When you was in school, you ever decided, well, okay, I want to be a coach when you was in college?
Right. All right. So my freshman year, I had one of them days in the gym, and I'm giving it to the older guys. Kirkpatrick might have had about 75 guys in there. So ironically, I had a wristband on my leg and my wrist, and you know, I'm just getting buckets. And Kirkpatrick asked me, young man, why you got that stuff on? I said, Coach, it's just my style. And he told me to bounce it, bankhead bounce my butt back to Atlanta. And from then I just said, you know what? I'm gonna be the manager and learn about this game and let me do some coaching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you
True
get your
story.
first job in middle school. Mm-hmm. When did you end up back in Birmingham? Your first job in Birmingham. All
right. So middle school, I was at Bunch Middle School. I came behind Sherman White, who's actually a legend in Georgia now. He's from Atlanta. And I was assistant coach at Tharrow High School with my buddy Trent Jameson. And so when I came back to Birmingham, I just came to kick it one summer, and I went and interviewed at Jefferson County, and they gave me a job offer. And I always liked Birmingham. So when I came back,
what school gave you?
That was Gresham Middle School.
Gresham, okay. I know.
Yeah, so I'm at Gresham Middle School. I have a really decent year. This is DeMarcus Cousins is an 8th grader at Irwin that year, which he played varsity that year. And I think we came in 3rd place in the county. So what happened was Van Phillips' daughter was she was a 6th grader that year. Yeah. And Van Phillips. Morgan. Yeah. So Van Phillips and I became pretty cool. He called over to Minor High School, and that's how I got over at Minor High School.
See, I'm gonna tell you about him. You know, everybody talk about the principal. He was a hell of a football player.
So
many people don't know he went both ways on the ball. Then he went to kick it, and Philip Dahl broke his record. Actually,
wow, I didn't know that.
49-yard field goal. Yeah. Wow. But Dahl came back and broke his record. Yeah.
Right.
So you there? How you make it over to midfield?
All right. So this is a crazy story. All right. I end up being assistant girls coach at Minor, and we play midfield. So we beat midfield by 2 points at Minor, and some kind of way I end up at the gas station and I see Reggie Ware at the gas station.
Big time man.
Big time. One of my personal goats when it pertains to girls basketball on the high school level, and he said, y'all think y'all just gonna blow us out when y'all come back to midfield. I'm like, yeah, I was like, we're gonna take Gabrielle Nicholson out of the game, and we're gonna go at y'all. And when I got over there, he was like, hey, I'm gonna be the principal next year. I really would like you to come take over the program. So yeah,
okay, so that's how that happened.
And Barbara giving the word, that's how
you over there. I'm talking about midfield.
Mhm.
Many people, I think they get caught up in the city, but on the outskirts, you all just lay in a. It's like you all in Huntsville somewhere. People think you all in Huntsville, but it's one of the dangerous places to play at midfield. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And I'm gonna go down the list of schools that are hard to play.
Mm-hmm.
Penson,
right?
Hard to play. It's a hard environment. Then you come at Winona.
Yeah.
Maine got them. It's hard to go in there and
Fairfield.
play. Fairfield.
Yeah.
Some of these schools are just hard to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a Penson and Jasper game one night, and Jasper had them down by 5, but they point guard couldn't handle the crowd. It got into him and started messing with him. So you at midfield now, and you had some success because you won over 200 games so far.
Mm-hmm.
238 to be exact.
Yeah, 238.
How'd you get to that point? Just fundamentals.
Fundamentals, skills and drills. Definitely took a page out of where Barbara. Things I learned from Derek Williams, who's now at Pleasant Grove, Walter Hicks, who's now at Pleasant Grove, Mark McCaleb, Trent Jameson, and just kind of put my feel on it. And me and Tori King, we went to work.
Yeah.
We went to work day one.
And I see him over there with you. He's been with you a while.
Day one.
He's a big time coach. He's a big time assistant coach.
He is.
And then I like his style on the end of the bench. You never sit down. Yeah, you
right.
We gotta give you a nickname, but I'm gonna come up with it in the next two or 3 weeks.
That'd be pretty cool.
But you hunting and screaming from the sideline, but I be saying, man, take a seat.
Take a seat.
Throw you up out of here. And you came close to get thrown out a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now
I think I got about 5 technicals in my
your
career.
first year there, who on that team? You have any success your first year at midfield?
Yeah, first year we get to the Final Four. Of course, we had Gabrielle Nicholson leading the way. We had the twins, Devin and Destiny Brownlee. We had Deonica Moore, who was very big for us, and Shania Hutton and Courtney Ball. That was our starting 5 and our base. And what happened was midway through the season, a lot of people felt like we weren't going to get back to Birmingham because Winona was really loaded that year.
Yeah.
We really want no big-time competition. And we got both games to like 20 during that year. So they took it personal. I took it personal, and we got back to Birmingham. Yeah. We beat Trinity.
And you know what I hate? I kind of hate when Birmingham and the county school had to knock each other out. And I think Montgomery did a bad job of seeding because they act like they want Birmingham. They don't want Birmingham and Jefferson County in there.
Right.
And that's something you can't say. I can say, but
right.
I know I be on the circuit, so I know, and I kind of feel like they want each other to knock out. But now, so you really inherited a good team from Coach Ware.
Yeah, we were decent. So me and him have a running joke about that.
So you coaching, you ever get in contact with Barbara?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you coached that first year.
Right. Well, he was right over the way he was coaching the boys.
Okay, good. Okay, that was that time frame. Yeah. So he giving you kind of pointers, and you listen.
Yeah.
Some coaches don't like to listen.
I do. And he'll say, well, Chuck, you're gonna do your own thing anyway. But I took a lot of advice from him. It's actually a big situation during that playoff run that took place, and Barbara was there to assist in that situation, and it definitely helped us get over the top, get over kind of like a disagreement between kids and parents. Yeah, and we were able to get over that hump.
So your second year, you having success?
Well, second year I ended up with the boys. We ended up winning state. Had a run in with the former superintendent, and she kind of took it personal. Yeah. In my opinion, and I would come back after we won state with the boys and be the girls' coach again, which I had to rebuild it then.
So you start rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
What's your best season?
Probably this past season. We went 28-4 this past season, but we were able to have 7 20-win seasons out of the 12.
Okay, you had, and I'm gonna call it. She probably get mad at me, but I'm calling about nickname Bug.
Right.
You had her and you had Jasmine and you had the shooter. I thought that year there you was gonna push the door in. Yeah, I thought it because you had a rebound, you had some shooters, and you definitely had a point guard because I always looked at her. She one of my favorite point guard because she could play, she could D up, she could do everything a point guard do, but I don't think she shot enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at that time, Bud wasn't, she was never just known for her shoe.
Yeah.
But she was a floor general. And defensively, Coach Jay did a great job that year preparing us defensively. Played that 1-2-2, and we were so long. And we just played at base. And we dared you to try to penetrate. Dominique Owens was on that team, too. She was a pretty decent rebounder as well. And we just ran into a Power 5 kid, in the making.
So I be on the circuit, and it puzzled me for a long time when you and Courtney Cool Jones, y'all in 3A,
right?
And y'all play with the big dogs, 6A, 7A. Tell them what that means, because I think people get it mixed. They get it mixed, understood about why you in 3A, why you in 4A, and tell them about the numbers game.
All right, so it's based on population. We might have right at about 280 kids. So the bigger schools have more kids to select from. Of course, they're probably gonna have way more athletes than we do because they just have more kids. So that allows them to have more depth, probably more talent. And we have to make do with what we have.
One question I'm gonna ask you, I think I brought up earlier.
Okay.
When you beat these 6A schools, you beat these 7A, you even compete with the 7A, 6A, 5A schools. But then you get in the tournament, everybody's okay. I know Midfield is going to win. What happens? Somebody just good as y'all in 3A or something like that you can't get over the hump?
Listen.
It could be a bad game or two.
A lot of these 3A teams are really, really good. I was telling somebody the other day, we probably didn't ran into like 4 Power 5 kids in that run, from Pisgah to Lauderdale to Spring Garden. And we've also ran into 3 Hall of Fame coaches in this run. The guy at Lauderdale, definitely Hall of Fame coach. Pisgah, Coach Ellison's Hall of Fame coach. Guy at Spring Garden, Ace's father, Hall of Fame coach. We're talking 7-8 state titles. And it's a smaller community. So they're not going to lose any kids. Those kids grow up waiting for the opportunity to put that uniform on. Whereas sometimes we have transit kids that may probably moved in their 8th, 7th grade year. And you have to build that cohesiveness.
When you go on the circuit, when you're coaching, and you go out and scout these middle schools, how can you look at a 7th, 8th grader and say, hey, she need to be playing up? What is it that make you think they can play up?
A lot of times their IQ, intensity and size, their speed, because the varsity game is a lot faster than the middle school game, just like the college game. And as you go up the level pro, it's going to get faster and faster. Kids are stronger. So you look at how mature that kid is, how athletic that kid is, and if they meet some of those criteria that could help them play varsity.
And it's funny because I want everybody to know that Midfield could be their school of champion, because you got Courtney Jones, you got Ware, you got Barbara. And then one person that we forgetting that was at Midfield that won a championship, Ruben Nelson.
Right.
At Ramsey. You remember the football championship?
He did.
Yeah, he built them from scratch.
He did.
He did. Midfield had some good coaches over the past.
Right.
And you're still getting them in there.
Right.
I hate it for you to lose Davis. Remember Davis? So when
right.
I hate
exactly.
Midfield because
but she wanted to coach boys.
And man, she's good.
She is really, really good. And she was great for those girls too.
And I can't tell you what we said in the huddle when I sit behind that bench. That's not that coming, but she can flat out coach.
Yes, she can.
She can flat out coach. And I always saw her as midfield, and I come up one night and I go to the circuit. She said, "Well, no, that's
right." And that's a big asset for Sid. Very loyal lady.
And he gives her the lead. When she talk in the huddle, she be mostly talking in the huddle. And I like her. I talk to her. She probably come on the podcast. So
you got to get on that, Coach Jay.
So you come up here and you win. As long as you losing, don't know about talk about you. But you know when you're winning, the head's gonna come at you.
Right.
Do you get caught up in the child read? You read all the crazy stuff they be saying.
No, not really. Because I'm my biggest critic. I'm gonna face myself first. Me and Coach King, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna have those conversations that we need to. I'm having conversations with Courtney Jones, Darryl Barber, Sid Lane, Derek Williams. I got a lot of people that I go to and have those conversations. And even at home, Shan, she's gonna let me know about certain situations. Some I could have done better. something she thought, and then you just get back to the drawing board.
Yeah, but I think I came from old school. I don't want coaches to like each other.
Right.
You agree with me? Because I don't want to love it that. I can understand with Barbara and Lane. All of us went to school together and stuff like that. But I hear a lot of chat about the coach should be saying that. I don't want a coach. I don't want a coach to just love up on another coach.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw something at you. Your biggest victory, your biggest upset. We call them upsets and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna see you remember. To me, that was your biggest upset. You remember Wilson? You went over to Cobb and beat him that night.
Yeah. First game of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we caught Job sleeping a little bit that night.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Because I was on the mic calling the game.
You sure were.
So, and I saw y'all get them get by 9. That's
yeah. And that team, once you got up in the game in that situation, we were good enough to hold people off.
Yeah. And over the years, you always had a point guard. Tell people, you look at the screen, tell people how important it is. You can't win without a point guard.
You got to have a point guard. And you either going to create that point guard by getting to the skills and drills, which we live and die by at Midfield High School, or sometimes you get someone that's inherited. Like Jasmine Johnson is really physical for us. She'll rebound and get us going this year. Losing OT is very, very big at that guard slot, but you got to have somebody that's going to control that rock.
Because when she left Parker, then I heard she was at Midfield. I said, that's a bad situation.
Right.
Because she was the perfect fit for y'all.
Correct. She was.
Yeah.
And she definitely put us over the top.
How did you fit her into the program? Coming from somewhere, how do you fit her in the program?
She is one of the most unselfish people I've come around.
Yeah.
All right. She came in. She didn't want any major credit. Day one fit in and made everybody better. Yeah. Like they were so big about Otesia Towns putting an imprint on the game the way she did last year for us. And we were fortunate to have our family move into our district.
And what happened there is, like, I saw y'all against Winona. And Winona playing, they had played good ball. I saw y'all blow some people out. And I was on the circuit that night, and I saw y'all come over there. And they were going to hit up with her. And that was the kind of bad. That been a good matchup since they was in 9th grade. They were. And you beat them that night. And then I said, okay. It came back to you all on senior night. And you beat them. How was it? Were you able to beat them? Or you weren't trying to slow down Little Sam or nothing like that?
The first time, you try to do what you can do against a player like Sam. She's going to get hers. You just want to make sure everybody else doesn't get off.
Exactly. Because I heard a coach up in the stand say, all I got to do is let her get hers to get the other one.
Right.
But the environment that y'all was in that night.
Oh, yeah. It's senior night. You got Trellis and Thomas facing off. It's cross the track rivalry. You got Jones and Lane finna face off the next game. So it was one of those. And
it amazes me that two teams square up, and each time they play, it go down to 1 or 2 games with the boys, because I'm sitting back looking like this can't be going on. But they played, they were so equally matched up. Right. But Midfield's a hard place to play. Right. Probably on Friday night, something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. What make it so hard to play over there? The crowd, noise.
The crowd, the noise, the environment. Our people, past, present, they're gonna come to the game. They want to relax, have fun. We don't usually have any problems or anything like that at our basketball games. It's a really, really good environment. No fights in the gym since I've been there, as far as the basketball games. So you want to come in them type of places. Popcorn popping, nachos off the hook.
Oh, yeah. Y'all don't give me them when I come over there.
Man, we got you. We got you. We got you.
Y'all don't give me nothing when I come over there. Look,
we got you.
You go to Winona. What it's like playing in Winona?
Oh man, I can start off with the Bill. Like, first of all, we never beat Winona while Bill was coaching. And the year he got sick, we're up by 8 or 9. He walks in the gym and they made a sick run. Little girl Kiki hits about 2 threes from almost the 5-second line, descended in overtime, and they end up beating us 1 and 2. And Trellis and I, we're 4 apiece against each other. So it's definitely a rivalry in that girls' sector.
She a good coach. She a great coach.
Yeah, I like Trellis.
Yeah,
I like Trellis. She does a good job.
She don't do Facebook. I be on her. I said, hey, you get on Facebook. You need
and
to do something.
She knows social media era. She got, these kids want to be seen.
Yeah, and she's a good coach. She coach them up, and she holler and scream and something, and she never go to the bench neither. She never sits down. Right. And then she got a good assistant. The assistant very important. Very, very, very important. Like Coach King could be a head coach anywhere. Really and truly believe that. And the things he does to impact me as a coach and what he puts into those kids, it comes second to none in my opinion. And he is huge. He's huge to the success we've had. Like I said, y'all have a lot of athletes in Midfield. Y'all middle school feeds y'all, right? What's the name of your middle school?
Rutledge Middle School.
Yeah, because see, a lot of people in the middle school in Birmingham always tell me, "Come see me."
Right.
But when they play Rutledge.
Right.
Nobody get on the phone, call me, come see them. They had a lot of success.
Yeah. Well, Coach Slip did a good job. Coach Sway did a good job too. Who's assisting with the girls program at Winona. That's her home. That's where she's from. But they did a really, really, really good job, getting those kids ready to come up and play. Yeah. And we've had a little talent here and there. So
I see a lot of people on the circuit. I go to the games. These people not even developed yet at the middle school. Is middle school supposed to try to win? They try to develop, or they try to do both? Me personally, I want you to develop. Yeah. I went to Coach Slip about 4 years ago when Kamaya, Lauren, Nevada, Jazz, and I said, Lauren, we're in the 7th grade and 8th grade. They're really good top to bottom. Let's just go skills and drills. So now they get on the high school level, they're going to be ready to go. Yeah. And I think I go back. I watch Barber. I watch Jones. I watch Lane. I watch you. I watch a lot of coaches, and I think I put it out there one time that you all can be fit the category of a college coach. You don't get a calls or anybody ever call you and say, hey man, it's time you to go. We need you to come here, blah, blah, blah. No, on the high school level, I haven't been fortunate as far as collegiate level. Yeah. But yeah, I've had some opportunities on the high school level. Yeah. But in college, I saw the guy came from Mount Brooklyn to South Bend. Boom, he comes to Texas A&M. I think that's when I started writing about because that Barber can easily, Barber can easily. Yeah, we have. I think we have about 20, 30 coaches that can easily make that transition in the state. And like I said, up in Chicago, I'll show you what they use. If you got number one player, they're gonna hire you on the system to get that player. Right, that's true. We know that's just business. Alabama don't do it. And in some cases, they definitely would. Yeah. Because the girl out of Phoenix City, Phoenix City. She's top notch. Well, we had some girls in the past that's been pretty good, and we've had college coaches. High school coaches go to the collegiate level. I know Mosley went. Tim Miller went. Yeah, and I think it's plenty more should go, but that's a story for another day. Right. So I see all these players going out to these different colleges, but Midfield have put a lot of people out there, man. Right. In school, junior college, like. I put Bug out there one day. They didn't know what Bug. They didn't know what she was. She went off to college. Right. And the other girl, the shooter, she went off to college. Posted her one day. They didn't know what she was. Right. So we got to do it. Do we have to do a better job of trying to cover? Once they leave. Yeah. Because we've been fortunate to send some kids to school. You know. Yeah. That's the goal. And it's not hard to get a scholarship. People take it for granted, but it's a hard sale sometimes. It is. Yeah. It is. So if you get a player. And they're good, but they got some locker room drama. Did you say that? Do you tell that coach that you prefer not to tell on that player? Well, here's the thing. All right, so because we have other players coming behind you, I tell my kids all the time, I am going to read your story to these coaches just how you write it. And most of our kids have good character about themselves. Those that are going on to play on their next level. So. You want to be kind of honest to the coaches and let them know what you're getting, because most of the things are like the work ethic, the classroom, the parent situation, stuff like that. You want to kind of be upfront with people. Yeah. So you take it personal when you go across the track because I'm the one that originated. I named it across the track route. Tell them why I called it a cross the track route.
Well, in that Winona Midfield, the railroad track really separates us, the marathon. And all of us are really, really good friends. So we get a chance to have fun with it, talk a little junk and have the fans come out and support the kids and just create that environment.
They don't know nothing about that route. That route it's deep because I saw a guy one day, he had one on. I think he was from Winona. He had cross the track route on. I said, hey, man, I been there. He saw it live. He said, I know you, yeah.
Right.
But it's different to me because last year I caught it twice. That's the first time I ever caught it twice.
And there was some good games.
Yeah, it was a good game. So now you come up next year. And we know you, bro. You said you won 238. What's your style of play out there? Do it determines on who you got?
It determines on who we got.
Yeah.
So like we teach our kids how to play basketball.
Yeah.
We do have simple offensive sets. Offensively, basketball, defensively will determine who we have, your size, length, quickness, stuff like that. So we don't just have, this is what we're going to do and this is what you're going to do. No, you have to adjust to the players and what you have and put the pieces together. It's like a puzzle.
You've been close a lot of times. What do you have to do to knock the door in and win a championship?
First and foremost, you got to have a lot of luck.
Yeah.
People just don't know how lucky you have to be sometimes in these situations. Because you're always going to have about a good 5-6 teams that are probably capable of winning championship in 3A.
Yeah.
It definitely for the last 7 or 8 years. And it's very, very competitive. You might need the ball to bounce your way.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't hit the injury bug. And we've been fortunate to catch a lot of that, put us in some tough situations.
I think people overdo a coach with, he never won anything. He never done this. He never done that. He never won a championship.
Right.
That, to me, it's the craziest thing. It's a lot of them popular than win the championship. A lot of people, a lot of high school coaches never won a championship.
Right.
A lot of them coached for 20, 25 years. When we were coming up, they never won a championship. Wasn't nothing said. And I sit in the stands. I'd be on the circuit.
Right.
A lot of people. I'm over there at Princeton one night. Jasper got them down.
Right.
Doing the fans. Barber can't coach. I'm in the stands over at Winona. I think they lose last year. They lost one to they lost to Tuscaloosa. Some school like Tuscaloosa. Lion can't coach.
Right.
And I just, you get tired of hearing that child about who can't coach and what all that stuff come from stand.
Well, people gonna be people.
That's the Parent Coach Association. That's what we call it.
Oh, Parent Coach Association.
Yeah.
People gonna be people, and people are entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
Is what they think about the situation, and everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
So you really can't take it personal.
Yeah.
We live in a society where what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And you gotta be lucky, man. Like this year, Barber had beat the team twice.
Yeah.
And they just had one of those days in the state championship game.
And he didn't have a good day.
And he didn't have a good day.
Yeah.
And it happens in that situation. Of course,
he got there with one big man.
He did.
I think that was one
but he had guard play though.
Yeah.
Guard play.
Yeah,
we actually talked about this yesterday at the conference.
Yeah.
And really, really, really good guard play. And you gotta have good guard play.
Yeah. And
got to.
And he reloaded. We won't get off into him, but he's over there doing what he do.
Right.
But now you got 4 starters returning. So good chance. You like those chances?
We right back at it. St. James brings back everybody, every single person. No knock to anybody else in the state, but I think Bella Hill, pound for pound, and Morris Hills might be the best player in the state. She's a USA Today kid.
Yeah.
So like, and we're talking 3A basketball.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2 8th graders that got 1 Power 5 offer last year and a South Alabama offer, Auburn and South Alabama.
Yeah.
These are people that you have to go through to just get to the Final Four. And then when we get to Final Four, we got to see Bella Hill or a lot of their county defending state champs. And first you got to get out your area. You can't just.
It's hard getting out the area.
From time, Childersburg have been decent past years. Locust Fort beat us 1 year, the only area game we've lost.
So I'm sitting, I'm listening to you like 3A school, but you do a lot of traveling, like 4 hours. What is like? How do you prepare them? You got a game in Childersburg, like you just said. How did the next day when you wake up that morning, you got class, I know.
Right.
How do you schedule? You get out early, or you eat early, or what goes on?
No, usually when we get in the area play, we have 4 block athletics. So you do get a chance. Parents did a wonderful job last year on the girls' side. And Jones has his way of doing things. Of course, Barbara had his way of doing things when he was there to make sure your kids get proper nutrition that they need for these travel games. And then coming back, there's a lot of stop. A lot of times we get a chance to get a little snack or something before we bring them back up here.
Yeah, those games usually last, and you get back home probably 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Or a little later.
I don't
Yeah.
Do it take a toll on the kids at all?
Sometimes if we try to schedule that Childersburg, BB Coma, like on a Friday, Saturday, so we won't run into that situation, you know.
Yeah.
But if you force to play them Wednesday, Thursday, of course.
It's just me speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I always because my first high school game,
Right.
we went over to Beltsville during school. I always like to see
The in-school
in
games.
Chicago. They do it a lot.
Right.
My cousin coach the team.
Mm.
They schedule 2 games a year.
In-school game.
Yeah, and everybody right there to see them. They'll schedule girl game at 12. Everybody go to lunch early. They schedule girl game at 12.
Right.
Schedule the boys game at 1:30. Before you know, everybody on the bus going home.
Right.
Do you ever think have y'all ever just thought about
Well, last year we did one. We played Lynette, and we end up winning in overtime. They
I missed that game. Man.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Jasmine Johnson hit a big tray ball to send it in overtime. Clock running down.
So Lynette is
Well, they had a big girl. They were pretty decent last year.
They becoming your little rivalry a little bit.
They all right. You know, like when you're thinking rivalry, you're thinking of somebody that you play year in, year out. Yeah.
So
like Fairfield is rival for us too.
So do y'all have one prepared for this year?
Yeah, Fairfield Winona is gonna always be rival.
I'm talking about in like when schooling.
I think
is it a lot of work to get one of them games? A lot of work?
No, not really. Because we do have a lot of leeway. In that time, you being off 4th period gives you a chance to set up a lot of different things. Yeah. And Court and myself will come in early, get some of the kids to help organize everything so we can run it well.
I was up on the circuit about in February, I think. No, I was in the Final Four at the BJCC.
Right.
I heard a guy say Huntsville have caught up with Birmingham as far as basketball all the way around, girls and boys. You agree with that? I totally disagree with that.
Huntsville play good basketball.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
I just didn't agree with. I don't think they come to Birmingham to see what go on in midfield and around and Pinson and stuff like that.
I don't know. It depends on what year. You know, they play really good basketball up north. Yeah. You know, I think the state as a whole is evolving the game of basketball, boys and girls. Yeah. And a lot of more kids are getting a lot better, you know, and things are going up.
I want to see Huntsville against the county. I want to see Huntsville against
that would be nice. That would.
See, we got to get out the old school basketball in the state and start moving up like up north.
That could be something you can start right there. Ray Recliner Sports.
Yeah, you know,
North versus South.
I get to the point.
North versus Central game.
If Huntsville said they're the best, you got to schedule some games up here.
That's true.
Let's go.
That's true.
Because they had a good team. They had some good teams down there.
They had some really good teams.
And I saw Barbara beat them. I think that was year 4 last. He beat them. Yeah, he came back on. Well, he came back on to beat them. Yeah. Right. But that's something we got to start operating. I think we're sitting in a bubble. We're not moving. Like we can have Mobile against Birmingham, or Mobile against the county. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got to think something. Yeah, but just like the budget too. Yeah. People don't know how expensive travel is. Yeah. You know, with gas prices, then you have to pay for the drive and stuff like that. So that plays a part. Like we go to Atlanta twice next year, and that's gonna be tough. We go to Trinity and Montgomery. This just on the girls' side. We go to Prattville. We go to Gaston State for a game, the community college. So we go to Jasper. You know,
I'll tell you what somebody told me, and I never thought about it. When you go to Jacksonville or Hansfield, and it's common sense, the court is bigger than the high school court. Yeah.
And what's the biggest part is the goals are. They're not like on the pole type deal. Yeah. So you have a depth perception problem, meaning you're going to have the stands behind the goal, whereas we have the wall behind the goal. So you used to looking at the wall kind of like as a measuring, but when you get in regionals, there's no wall. You know, so now you have to adjust to what we call the depth perception.
Yeah, and I see, and the things I like about the schools now, they're able to put some names on the jerseys. I know y'all got family on some jerseys. And Carver got downside. And I like to see that.
Right.
And back in the day, we didn't have like 2 jerseys.
Right.
And
we have plenty of
how you able to just the funding or something like that?
Well, what usually I buy a uniform a year. Because we used to get a practice uniform, and kids like to play in those practice uniforms. Yeah. So they help us out, and we keep our stuff clean, up to date, you know, and we make sure the kids have stuff that you can put on, because those are selling points for your program.
So you think like how many different jerseys you think you got?
Oh, we got about a good sell.
Yeah, and see, I like to see that. I like to see them. And I like to see I like to see teams with different jerseys, like Mom for the baseball teams.
Right.
That man got
he go hard. I know. Yeah. But that's over years and stuff like that too.
So funding for you all come through the football team, or it come from y'all playing at home games?
Yeah, the home games, fundraisers, stuff like that. Yeah. So Gate helps you out, fundraisers, managing your money, making sure you do right by it. Then sometimes we'll get help from our board of education as well. Yeah. So if you go to the BJCC, you know funding gonna come from board of education. I think I need to check on our check from the state. Yeah. So now you got 4 players that we said 4 players. Name one the big girl. She had some big games last year. Yeah, Kamai Webb has a lot of big games for us. They all pitched in. Let me ask you this question, because is she D1? I think she's a Power 5 kid. 6'5", 6'4"? No, 6'2". 6'2". 6'2", growing. Yeah. Shoe size getting a lot bigger. So you got the other girl, Zero. Is it Zero? Yeah, Zero. That's Lauren. Yeah, Lauren is getting better and better. I get her more into the gym. She just picked up a job. I've been kidding her big time about that. Yeah. But her and Jasmine Johnson. But they're going to be really, really, really key. Nevada has gotten better. 6 years. Yeah, she as a 7th grader came in, got a couple minutes for us. Yeah. But we're gonna go where they take us. Their mindset, the mentality, the work ethic, what they put in is pretty much what we're gonna get out. Like I told them, they're not the babies anymore; they're juniors. Yeah. But I like the 9th graders, and I got one sophomore, Mariah. So we talked about what is like playing at Fairfield. Crazy stuff. It's real. I like the Fairfield environment because everybody coming. They coming. Yeah. Everybody gonna go get their concessions, come in, talk junk. That boys game is really dope. Courtney graduated from there. Yeah. You talking about Maurice Ford. Yeah. And you don't get many calls. Yeah, Ford, I said it. You don't get many calls in that place. So it's
they bring it on rough. Yeah, that's what they said. I'm just going by what they said on circuit. You know what I'm saying? So my former principal, Miss Purdue, we were really good. I think it was year 4 last, and she was like, "Oh, well, y'all blew them out at Midfield. Y'all gonna blow them out." I'm like, "No, it's gonna be a tough game because those kids gonna come to play." And I think we had to race like a 8-9 point deficit to make a run. On the girls' side to win that game. So do you all do you all play Mount at all? Yeah, we played minor last year at the Fairfield tip-off class. Term or something like that. You don't put them on the regular season. Well, we've been trying to. So we kind of start. Courtney Jones will kind of do our schedule, and then I have a couple of games outside of our boys, and then we'll play all our conference games together. But we didn't reach out. I think I'm at 29 games. I think Coach Jones might be right at 30. Yeah. So if he had 29, we welcome anybody. How many home games you get? You get 10. You still get 10? Yeah, you usually get 10. Sometimes you'll get a little bit more. Yeah. So we kind of lose a couple home games because we go to Pickens County and we go to Lynette this year, which we played one time. And we're going to Jasper. Yeah, I did your game one time. You played Pickens County. I was laughing because I know a lot of people out of Pickens County. Right. Yeah. So you go back now. You go out here and see all these coaches from miles. How it make you feel when you say, "Man, I was that guy, that's my girl." Right. Yeah. And then Gil out on the outskirts. I think nobody never talked about her. She was flat out coach. Right. She believed in that 3-ball though. Right. She could play herself too. Yeah. And then we got Dodson. Fresh, they down in Louisiana doing well.
Man, we got people all around from Miles. Erica, she's down in Florida. We got a lot of coaches. Yeah, she does. You know, Miles have done a good job with coaches.
Yeah. Okay, now what do you got to do this year to knock the door down? You know, a lot of people had to do some. Barber had to go through a lot before he knocked the door down. Jones had to do. Ford had to do something before he knocked the door down.
Right. What
do you got to do to knock it down?
We got to win in Montgomery against a Montgomery team.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not knocking nobody on our road to get there because we don't overlook anybody. But more than likely, it'll be us at St. James that'll represent the Central Regional with a chance to get to the Final Four. And last year's 2013 at halftime, we just couldn't really get over the hump in that game. And of course, we had lost 3 players coming up to that point. But this year we'll be ready. I have a couple tricks up my sleeve.
Will this be your best team? I know you did good last year, but I'm thinking like I'll be looking at y'all. Sometimes I go up there and look and like, 1, 2, okay.
Right.
Will this be your best team that you put on the floor this year?
Those 4 juniors will determine that. We should, because I like the youth. They're dedicated. They're trying to get better. And Pinky is going to be pretty good for us. Mariah, just some names that you're going to hear. They'll get better, and they give us that depth that we need. Last year we kind of hurt in the depth area, and it kind of showed up in that game. You know, we went like 6 deep.
I see you'll shoot the ball, but you don't believe in a lot of 3 balls.
Well, well, your team determines that.
Zero was shooting now. Then the girl had out, she was shooting.
Right.
But like I said, when I saw her out, I said, because I came on that night and she didn't play. That's what I came to see.
That's 14.
Yeah. And she graduated?
Yeah, she graduated.
She's been with you for a long time.
Right. Yeah. She's headed to Miles. We sent 2 to college. Otissia went to Miles, and Zephaniah is also signed with Miles. And Miles is loaded. They're gonna be really, really, really good.
Erica Harris, she can flat out recruit.
Yes, she can. And she has a former kid, Jameria Moore.
She broke my Facebook page. I posted on the other day, man. It was like 11,000, 12,000.
Oh yeah. And she's a good person.
She's a good person.
Yeah.
They got a good coach too. He can flat out coach.
He can.
And he can beat you. If you want to go small ball, he'll go small ball with you and match up with you. You know. So he believe in running.
And I'm gonna go on record right now. Miles College is gonna go deep in the Division II playoffs this year.
And I'm gonna be right there to follow them. Now I'm gonna call some names.
Okay.
And I want you to give me some feedback on it.
Okay.
Reggie Ware.
Legend, man. I just called him and Barbara. Barbara was Ware was actually over Barbara's house. And I told Ware, I said, you know what, man? It's very hard to coach kids with egos.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a lot of, so like these 4 that I have now, really ego. They they into themselves, they into their teammates, but like he had those teams in the past with Courtney Jones, LSU, Meredith Mitchell, University of Georgia, Mississippi State, and Brittany Young, Jasmine, who ended up going to Alabama and then transferring. And then you had all of the other assets. Had one girl go to UAB and Lakina Lowe. And it's kind of hard to coach those people, you know. And he was able to win with them.
Girls or boys?
I think it's right the same. You know, some things, you know, you do have to teeter the line because you are dealing with young ladies, you know. And what I mean teeter the line means that I think all of us as people can be emotional at times.
Yeah.
But like just like I go home to my wife and have conversations, in certain ways I'm gonna handle certain situations. Whereas with my son, you know, I can go off, you know.
That's your twin, man.
Right.
Like you.
Yeah, appreciate it. But sometimes you have to just kind of pick and choose your battles, you know, situations, you know.
I'm gonna call 2 names. Now,
okay.
This is just one name. They go together. And they surprised me. And I talked to her later on when she come on the show.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go to the same school. Meredith Jones. Give me some feedback on them too.
Oh, Meredith and Courtney.
And Courtney, yeah.
Oh man, they were. You're talking about a 6'2" guard and Meredith Mitchell. You're talking about Courtney Jones, who had awesome footwork. You know, just a great person. And people don't know. I think she was 4A player of the year twice or 3A player of the year. You know,
Yeah.
they were good.
Yeah,
You know,
I saw that the time because Mosley were playing. Browns they had something going.
Yeah, and they beat Rams in 10.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
To get the Final Four and win the last state championship that we've had at Midfield.
Now that's another these two names, but we're gonna count them at one.
Okay.
We're gonna say Court. See, because I named both of them. See, we gotta get your name.
Okay.
Courtney Cool Jones.
Okay.
Big Game Barber. They just we're using one name because I think they're much alike, just about.
Coach.
Coach Mark.
They're the definition of a coach. You know, can relate to the players, can do the business side of things, can market your kids, can market your program, can deal with the outside noise and all the other people that come with it, and they do a really, really, really good job, man.
So I watch y'all, and I see a lot of these teams that have 4 stars, 5 stars, and 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
You all don't never have that, but what happens is you all able to compete. Right. How is that possible?
We work.
Yeah.
You know, we get in that gym, we grind, we do skill development. It started with balling with Barber. And even when I was at mine and Derek Williams, we get in that gym, man. He, myself, Elton Green, and I've always had that background of working and grind. You know, you get better. Yeah. You got to get better, get better. And you can never feel like you've gotten too good.
Last name, Coach Bill.
Ooh, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And motivator. You know, he was that guy, man. Faith, not fear. Learned a lot from Bell. Very, very competitive, man. Great personality.
You coached against him, right?
Oh yeah.
What did you think when you coached against him?
I thought they were really, really good. They were loaded. Byron did a great job being assistant with the great Bell. And they were just a great combination, man. Had some of the better girls around the metro area, and they were good.
So when you win,
mm-hmm.
It's a lot of kids want to play for you. That's the
correct.
Sound of it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. And the coach, I kind of get frustrated when the coach
mm-hmm.
get mad when a player don't want to play for them. If they don't want to play for you, just go ahead. It isn't that personal.
All right. So we had a kid, Destiny, that went to Pleasant Grove. If she plays with Jamiri Moore, we're not having this conversation. Yeah. We definitely win 3-4 state titles in a row. Easily. Nobody stops that tandem in the backcourt. But, you know, I wasn't going to stop her from going where she wanted to go in that situation. They had played with each other all the way through, and they both wanted to kind of do their own thing as far as the team is concerned. And I respect it. Destiny comes in that gym and hoop with us all the time throughout the summer months and stuff like that. Talk to her all the time. So if we're gonna truly say it's about the kid, then it gotta be about the kid.
Yeah.
You know, it really does.
So now if you get a good player and you know that counts in the room, you don't want them. You know that counts in the locker room or they
you that hurts. That hurts your coach.
Yeah.
You know, the culture is everything.
Yeah.
You know.
And you ever had to run somebody away or just it's not working out?
No, because our numbers are so low.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah, in retrospect. And we really ain't had to have we ain't really had a super cancer. So with my group, you know, you just have to roll them on over into that season and you'll get yours back. So I'm gonna get mine back.
You can put up with the power.
Huh?
You can put up with the power.
Well, they young ladies. Yeah. You know, as a grown man, I pout sometimes. Yeah. You know, that's what gets me with a lot of people. They feel like if you do this, you know, you got an attitude. You know, like most humans do that. Yeah, you know.
We don't give you a name because, man, when you in the rough, you ever want to call the game straight?
Absolutely. All right. So in the game of basketball, and I think it definitely affects the girls' game. Kids aren't stupid. All right. I know I just went down 2 possessions and got fouled really, really, really hard. Yeah. You know, and then I come on this other end and I barely touched this kid. Yeah. Now is a difference. Nothing happened to us during the Winona run. Those years, well, I'll just name 15 and 16, we were trying to get the program back to where it needed to be. And we played a lot of over mountain schools, and nobody had any pity or anything for us. We didn't want any, but like, you know, respect it when we get to that level. You know, like, hey, we want that same call. You know, don't say, hey, this kid should make that, or, you know, just call the game. You know, do your job.
And you know, I give you a lot of credit because you helped me out when we first started. You and Courtney Jones.
Right.
Courtney, you sent me some in Messenger. He sent me a pass.
Right.
Media pass.
Right.
And you know what I did? I never told him. I told some more coaches, I've got to get creative.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
You know,
right.
You want media to come, you got to say credentials out.
Exactly.
And I appreciate you coming over. We always have a bond.
Always, man.
Hey, you black and gold, but you still all right. You still got purple and gold. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you coming on, and we're going to do it again. We're going to chop it up before your season starts.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, man.